We try that? Father Daniel O'Mahony is parish priest of Ahina Parish, living in Ballyfungan, and is also the manager of the schools in Rusheen, Ballinagree and Ballinamorov. Father O'Mahony, what is your idea of the centenary of Rusheen School?
I think it's a great idea, wonderful idea, and I hope it will be very successful. I've been here in the parish now for 6 years. When I came first, the school looked a bit dilapidated. Matter of fact, the area around it looked a bit dilapidated. But I think in those years, the place has improved 100%, especially the school. Now we have new windows have been installed. It's been plastered, and the whole atmosphere of the school, I think, has changed. There's a school, I suppose, around the country, much younger, and they're being closed down. But this one is still going strong, and I think this will be good enough. It will be good for another 100 years, I say now, after all the work has been done to it. And of course, all the credit for this is due, I said, to the people of the place. It shows that they have a pride in their place, that they are interested. Without their help and their cooperation, and without, above all, their financial support, it couldn't possibly be done. I sincerely hope that all who come here, some I understand are going from England and from across the seas, various places. I sincerely hope they like what they see, that they will be, and that they will go away with pleasant and happy memories of their school, which they knew in days gone by. And I hope they will be pleased with the improvements that have been made. It was a real community effort, I say. Without the help of the community, without their cooperation, without their goodwill, the job that has been done in this couldn't possibly done. I say really that's about all I have to say. I would like to thank, of course, the teachers down through the years. I don't know how many teachers have passed through this school, because we're quite a number. They're not with us today. We remember them in our prayers. And the teachers, present-day teachers, we're grateful for what they are doing. The present-day pupils, I'm sure, will be pleased by what they see has been done. And we sincerely hope that all the ex-pupils will be pleased too.
Thank you very much, Father. Now, Father has been involved in a series of hospital trips recently, and he is presently recovering from his latest trip. And may we wish him a very speedy return to health and full vigour. Father, you have been involved very much in the renovation and organisation of school management affairs. We are delighted that you have spent so much energy and effort in getting the schools into the shape they are in at the moment. So thank you, Father, very much. Oh yeah, but you had it long time before that. Oh yeah. Stop back there, we're going to go off anyway, took a film of the Catherine. Paddy Hubbard, one of our most distinguished local historians. We are pleased to have him with us, and Paddy has long been a source for different types of people. They have come and visited him and asked his opinion, and his sought his information on sources for history and for books. Liam Milner now, for example, the author of Tributaries of the Lee, a well-known book on local history, has used Paddy as one of his sources. Paddy, is there anything you'd like, any comments you'd like to make on the local area, perhaps with regard to place names or one of those items?
Well, it was Carnapola. That's in the townland of Kilberhurst. And Kilberhurst is named after St. Berhurst. He was a monk born in Cumberland. And he spent some time in North Cork and came down and established a little church in Kilberhurst. And the place is pointed out there still where it is believed the little church was situated. And there also were buried bodies of children stillborn, who were stillborn. And that was Kilberhurst.
What Carnapola then?
And Carnapola is supposed to be, is said to be the port of blood. And said there was a fierce battle fought there in years gone by. And the flood washed the bodies of some of the slain down the Clashagorov river until they came just below the village of Balnamara, where the stream turns to the left, and the bodies were washed up there on the bank.
And is that the Balnamara?
It is. That's the real Balnamara, the mouth of the ford of the dead.
Oh, yeah.
That's the history of that place. And then near Balnamara there's a mass rock that was used in penal times. That's all that side is.
What about our big house, our local big house here? It's now occupied by Mr. Wolfe, but it was formerly belonged to Woodley's. You know a lot about that, the history of that particular place.
Because belonged to Major Woodley. The Woodleys came there about 200 years ago. They came from Corrimore in County Waterford, and they've lived there since. Very well respected people. And the Major Woodley, he was instrumental in saving the lives of two men who were sentenced to death for the ambush at Tripsy. And always well-respected man, now belonged to him.
And Paddy, could you tell us something of Cooperville? Now, Cooper Rock is a famous landmark in this area, landmark for the parish, but we know it's associated with the family of Cooper. What can you say about that?
The Coopers then, who lived at Cooperville, they came from somewhere in northeast Cork, and they were related to Ivan Cooper, the late, who was once an MP in the North of Ireland and got into a lot of trouble over the civil rights question. The Coopers then, the original Cooper, they came from Derry, London Derry, and that Cooper, he was Lord in waiting to King Charles II.
And these people then were landlords of the Rusheen area,
yes,
together with Woodleys. They were the main.
Well, they had their little estate of their own, like.
Oh yeah.
A few tenants.
Oh yeah. And Woodley would be the landlord of the area.
He was around here, like over Beheen and that side over.
The Balnamara side.
Balnamara side more. Yes.
And what about the northern side of Rusheen there, the place where Dan Callahan is living now, you know? Pearsons, was it?
Well,
The family.
Pearsons were supposed to be living there.
And do you know anything about that family?
They were connected to Pearsons, who were big magazine, fashion magazine publishers in England. And one of those, he was a physician to King George V.
Now, Eddie, we know you were a student of poetry and, among other things, you and Johnny Tom Gleeson and Peter Golden are people that you know a lot about. What can you say about those in connection with our area?
Well, Johnny Tom Gleeson's mother was a Mary Golden. She came from the townland of Inchillee, and he wrote several poems and songs. And he was a nephew of Terence Golden, who kept a classics school in Massetown in Macroom. And he had a son, Peter Golden, and he was taken to Flagmount at an early age. And about 13 or 14 years he came to live at Glonglough with the Gleesons. And from there he went to America. And he composed several songs among the, what it was?
Gypsy is one of them?
No. The Bagara Hills.
Oh, yeah.
He composed the Bagara Hills and several more. And then who composed
The Bald Teddy Quilden was composed by Johnny Tom.
Jonathan Gleeson.
Yeah.
He came from Glonglough also. And I haven't what was it? I have the song.
No, we're fine, Paddy.
Yeah.
I know you're also a poet yourself, and one of your works is one of the tunes we're using in this program. It's known as The Road to Rusheen. Now, can you tell us something about that, Paddy?
I just composed it no more.
Maybe you'd quote a few lines for us, or even sing a few lines.
On a glorious and pleasant May evening, as I strolled out the road to Rusheen, where the flowers made the fields look most charming, and the woodlands made beauteous seed seen. When I down the wood road sweetly singing, came a Colleen I ne'er saw before, and my heart gave a leap in my bosom, and went out as her feet to adore. She had hair like the golden sun setting, she had eyes like the deepest sea blue, and her cheeks like the east in the morning, and her lips were the rose tipped with dew. She'd a brow like the fairest of lilies, and the walk and the poise of a queen, and my heart it went out to her keeping, when we met on the road to Rusheen.
Thank you very much, Paddy. We are delighted to have had you in our program, and thank you very much. Michael's house there now. We're standing on the Liner Bridge near Carrick-Thomas, overlooking the lovely Liner. It's Aheena's principal river, rising in Mushera, going right through the parish of Aheena and meeting the Sullane River at the new bridge Macroom. Din Coakley is here with me. Din is a native of Carrick-Thomas. He lives just up the road from where we're standing. And Din has moved into the Rusheen area. Din is well known for his as a raconteur and a singer of local songs, and for his knowledge of the poems and songs of the locality. And just near us up the road, a famous local poet, Nellie Carroll, lived. Din, do you know anything about Nellie Carroll?
Well, I know about him, and he made a good many local songs.
And do you know any of the songs? Or?
Well, I do.
There is one about the line, isn't there?
That's right. The line long ago.
And have you a few words of it? Or?
I could have a few words, maybe.
Maybe you'd give us a bar of it.
Or I don't mind.
Fair enough then.
To the haunts of happy childhood, when first I bade adieu, mighty monarchies are fallen, and my hair has changed its hue. I've seen a war-worn world, breathing 'neath the weight of war, yet do all my thoughts go travelling to the land long ago. Memory takes me back the morning and the friends I left behind. The thoughts they well nigh choked me, and the wild grief of my mind. When I left my humble homestead, with its white walls long and low, I looked my last upon it by the land long ago. And the fateful days that followed, off the sad tears trickled down, when in exile lone I wandered by Pontypool and Griffithstown, and at Mountain Ash and Meskin, when the ground was white with snow, I could hear the linnets lilting by the land long ago. How I wished I hadn't wakened when in dreams I used to be, finding birds' nests in the bushes from Banmore to Balnagree. And now that I am living with a heavy heart and low, in a foreign land and longing for the land long ago. Sure I'd give the wealth of England, should I rest beside the rill, that came laughing as they hurried from their homes up in the hills, till by fields of flowery fragrance in the verdant fields below, they got lost with all their laughter by the land long ago. I find pleasure in recalling youthful days that long have been, o'er the moorlands and the meadows, twixt the lane and the Leasheen. And at night I often fancied that the morning blast would blow. 'Twas the banshee weary wailing by the land long ago. Then before my vision rises that time-worn wooden bridge, that long spans the rushing river 'neath all Bering's rocky ridge. How carelessly I crossed it when the evening sun was low, bringing beer to build a soldier by the land long ago. Then with the two of us snugly seated on a shady verdant bank, when a pint or two of porter this old veteran had drank, sure he heard the roar of cannon and the bayonets' flashing glow, And again we stormed Johnsea by the land long ago. Then with the two of us snugly seated on a shady verdant bank, when a pint or two of porter this old veteran had drank, then we heard the roar of cannon and the bayonets flashing glow, and again we stormed Johnsea by the land long ago. How I'd love to sit and listen as he spoke of mutineers, of the fearsome fights in India and the gruesome old Gurkhis, where with rights and holy rivers there a fierce sun shone in glow, and my mind got lost in memory by the land long ago. So farewell, my scenes of childhood, and God rest you, Soldier Bill. Alas, my dreams are ended, and the voice I loved is still. Neath the gravesod in Clownderhood, now thy brow is cold and low, but my memory still is longing for the land long ago.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy to tell you that 'tis a very warm day here. It's the 22nd of July, and Danjo Kelleher is standing in front of me, and I'd like to thank him especially for all the great work he has done this day in making the video. And up here in Kilberhart, Nora tells me, she says it's getting very lonely up here, so we appeal to you all listening to us, come and live up here in Cooper's Rock.
And I will let you let it go.
Nora will let you.
That's not a growl.
But the other thing I want to say is that I want to introduce you to one of the most distinguished past pupils of Rusheen School, and her name is Nora Byrne. And I'm sure Rusheen School has produced many extraordinary characters and different working skills and everything, but Nora is a priest housekeeper and has been for many years. And she's not the only priest housekeeper to come from Rusheen School. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Nora for the great work she's done for the priest in this parish and for all the parish. Do you want to say anything, Nora?
Huh?
Would you like to say anything?
I would like to thank Father Fitzgerald too for all the help he has been to me over the last few years.
And we hope that they'll...
And we hope that it will last for many a day.
So, thank you very much. That's all we want to say. Do you want to say anything, Lisa?
We're all so delighted to have Sean Shannon here.
Yeah, we forgot about Sean, did we?
We nearly forgot completely about him. Sure, he'll nearly want him all road.
Lisa, do you want to say anything?
Come on, Lisa, say
Lisa's a
something.
niece of mine now. Do you want to say anything, Lisa? What do you say? What about you, Dole? Dole is smelling the flowers, are you?
Joel, say something.
What do you say? What do you say?
Thanks.
Thanks.
Say something, Lisa. Go on, Lisa.
Lisa's too shy, so thanks very much. We won't keep you any longer now.